Hey there, world. How you doing? Wait. I can hear some of you thinking, do I know this guy? Well, newsflash. If you've ever licked a 9-volt battery for fun, rewound a cassette with a pencil, or used a calculator watch to cheat in a maths exam, then yes, you do. I'm a glitch in the mainframe.
Welcome
to the one, the only way of the exploding show.
Hi guys, how you doing? Great to be here. Now, did the AI avatar Max Headroom work? Does my mic work? Can you hear the music? If the answer to all of these things, especially if I turn it up, is yes, then finally we got it right, ladies and gentlemen. We got the intro right. Oh my God. 3 weeks in the making. How are we doing? Are you as baking hot as I am? Matt Black Gaming, Bruise 93, 3 yeses, love that. Thank you, middle-aged gamer guy. Skewy Cat, the amazing Mans, love you to bits. I Quail in the house. Let me just go to my multi-stream because, as some of you might know, this here stream is broadcasting on multiple platforms at the same time. I'd like to say Instagram, but it's not working at the moment. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X. And hopefully, if I get it right, I should be in a position to see all of the chat from all of those different platforms. Tiny Devil Games is just joining us from Twitch. Everything's working. Am I at the right show? Says Tiny Devil Games. Yeah, because, you know, we have the tunes. So when you hear great tunes like this from a UK Garage playlist, you know that you're on the right show. Great stuff. Yeah, don't know what's going on with the old Instagram. Yeah, something must have changed in the way that their API or something is organised, because it doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work. I used to put a code in, a streamer's key, and it would all work seamlessly, and now it doesn't. It's really weird. Not to worry though. Rob H has just joined us from YouTube. How you doing, buddy? Great to see you. Hope you had a good week, everybody. I just got back from Lincoln. I'd love to say that I had time to look at some film locations for the film that everyone's talking about. Actually, they're not, but there will be. Control AI Delete. You can find out about that's us, chat, our film project, controlaidelete.net. controlaidelete.net. Go along there and you'll be able to click on a Kickstarter logo. I was distracted by this. Yeah. It occurs to me that I was chatting to Tall Man with Glasses, who's responsible for having done all these signs. Hi, Supersonic Jim. And I actually had them in the office. I was going to say it won't be that long until I'm sending them out to those people out there that ordered them, but I don't want to jinx myself. Here's a nice one. Oh, excuse me. That's a good one, isn't it? Mans, you still in? I think you did this one. That's got a Keith Haring dog in it and a kind of Basquiat type graffiti crown. If you're looking at these things and you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, this is what I'm talking about. Control AI Delete, the movie that we made on this show together. Yes, a feature film shot recently in Lincoln, now being edited, which brings me to our first bit of news. Now, I want to show you this again because I showed you it last week and it's just making me laugh. I made a subtle foreshadowing video, which, as you might know, is a TikTok trend based on something that I was editing in the edit. And big shout out to Graham, otherwise known as JM Blends in chat, who made this possible. Let me just get all this right. Hang on. Let me just get this right. There we go. There. I'll pour a cup of tea. God. Subtle foreshadowing. That's what we get. Thanks, Marnie. It was your idea. Superb. Okay, brilliant. Love that. Love it. Okay, so we've got to watch it till the end, haven't we? Hang on 1 second. Absolutely superb. Love that. Good stuff. Right. Okay, so Izzy in chat. Let's have a look. Tiny Devil Games. Ken, are you there? Give me a yes, I'm there. Ken, is he there somewhere? Flew my drone into my wife's friend's head. She was okay, though, and laughed it off. Yes, I think we've all had... if you've owned a drone, all right, you've smashed it up and you've caused mayhem with it. It's inevitable. I'm going to assume that Ken is there because I want to show you something else. Right, let me just get this in context. Right, okay, cool. Yes, you're there. Right, okay, so I want to tell you something about the way that this works. And by this, I'm talking about the edit for our movie. If you just joined, it will all become clear if you go to this website. If you just joined, actually, welcome to Way of the Exploding Show, which goes out every Sunday at 9 p.m. with the best chat on Twitch, YouTube, X, and Facebook simultaneously. Okay. So when you edit a movie, you have to edit using proxies, first of all, because the files are so big. We're talking 22 terabytes of total movie footage that I'm editing with, right? So I can't be using that. So I use proxies. So it's a few hundred gig of proxies, right? And these are much, much lower quality, 1080p, really badly pixelated, crappy footage. But you can edit with them, and then eventually you send it back, with your edit decision list, your EDL, and it grabs the proper 6K, or in our case, we're going to go for 4K clips, and it assembles them all, right? So what you're going to watch now is very poor quality, first of all. The next thing that we're going to do is, and the eventual output won't be poor quality. The next thing, when you watch some footage, you're going to watch about a minute of the movie, guys, all right, is a very reduced color gamut, like a very crushed color range, right? And that's because when the movie's finally put together, then we give it to a colorist, and they do the whole, they adjust all the different color parameters and the contrast and the brightness and all that stuff, right? And they build a kind of aesthetic, like a color aesthetic that's homogeneous for the whole movie. We haven't done that. So the sequence you're about to see is going to have different clips, and they're going to have different hues because they might have been shot on different parts of the day, different parts of the week, right? Okay, color grading is what I'm talking about. Grade it, baby, says Prof. Charles. Yeah, I couldn't remember it, so thanks for that. There's that. Also, the sound of the actors, the dialogue in the little snippet you're about to watch, minutes worth, not I ain't scrimping. It's going to sound weird. Now, when you play two records together back in the day, and you get a kind of phasing effect, like a flanging effect, like a space effect, when you play the records at the same time, and you keep the crossfader in the center, and you play them both at the same time. Yeah, well, you're going to hear something like that, because what you do at this stage in the edit, because we haven't given it to the sound editor or sound mixer, is we've got all the microphones for all the actors, which might be as many as 4, all turned on, in sync, but all turned on, so that then the sound mixer, the editor, can then do a sound mix. That's one of the last things we'll do. We're not at that stage yet, so the sound is going to be a bit weird. So some of the actors will speak, and you won't hear them that clearly. Some of the other actors will speak, and they'll be really loud because we haven't mixed the sound. Is this making sense? Sound it off with a Y for yes in chat, so that we have an agreement that what you're about to see is a very, very early, behind-the-scenes gang, club, group, posse viewing, all right, of something that's going to be a lot more polished very shortly. I just got distracted by David J. Watts, or David DJ Watts, who's just started following me. Big up to you, my friend. You're about to watch a movie clip. And so, and then finally, all the other sound elements, hi egg fried cheese, have been put into the edit at this stage by me. Well, they're going to be finessed by the sound editor. Oh, thank you, David DJ Watts, or David J. Watts. Let's see your ungraded raw footage. You're clearly on the ball. So the sound effects, there's lots of beeps and things. They are also going to be placed in a space in the sound environment, right? So they might be on the left, they might be on the right, they might be at the back. That's not been done. They've just been chucked in there, all right, by me and Ken, basically. So, and not to forget Darren, the amazing Darren, who's not in chat, but he's the guy that did the main edit, and then we're just messing around and finessing it. So, are you ready? Are you ready for this? All right, okay, here we go. Let's have a quick look at a sequence, a very short sequence from the beginning of the film, where we witness Smith, our main character, in situ in his rubbish job. Here we go. Right. Oh, and final point. Also, I have to say, some of the edit decisions, they've got a bit too much airtime. All right. And that's more of a subjective thing for me. I'm going to tighten them up, but that's easy. So if there's a little bit of an over delay between, trigger and response, then don't worry, we'll get there. Okay. Awesome. You're in the US. Blood minute. That's amazing. Right. Okay. Oh no, we won't do it then. Okay, cool. Egg Fried Cheese asking to make sure that the premiere of Control AI Delete is not between the 14th and the 26th of October of this year, because they are in the US. I'll try and do my best. Right, okay, here we go. Oh, wrong one. Turn that off. Right, okay, 2 seconds. Here we go. Enjoy.
Your total is 327 pounds.
Excuse me.
Your request for a weekend off is denied.
Bear with me 1 second. Marvin, I really need that weekend.
I'm afraid it clashes with the management team development weekend. Sensitivity training. I need all hands on deck.
Team? What team? There is no team, it's just you.
Tell that to the girlfriend. Booked us both into a spa retreat in Rotherham.
Marvin, I asked for this months ago.
Executive decision, I'm afraid.
Excuse me?
Oh, and the staff toilet's blocked again. Sort it before you close up.
Screw you, robot tills.
Yay! There you go. There you go. That is it. The first actual sort of almost completed sequence that we've shown on this here channel. Let me know what you think. I'm really interested to know what you think. There's never enough of a setup, because I realised straight away that sometimes you can still hear the director talking in the background, right? Oh, thank you, Prof. Giles. I'm really grateful for that. Also, the sound really, does take us away some of the emotional connection to the characters. Oh, great, Matt. Really pleased you loved it. That's fantastic. I don't like it. I love it. That's great. Thank you, sir. What else? Yeah, there were other things happening in that. Oh, yeah, the background. Thank you, Skewy. The background kind of milieu. Yeah, it sort of stops halfway through. But what did you think of the software of the robot till? That's all Ken's work, ladies and gentlemen. Ken and I came up with that voice, which is an AI. We just came up with the idea to search for an AI sexy voice that tells that disgruntled customer that his bag of potatoes is 327 quid. David J. Watts, I can see what you mean about the room tone. I'm sure changes there will help no end. Definitely. We might even get some music in there as well. Should we get out coconuts? Get our coconuts out ready to crowdsource some extra Foley sounds. Hey, I'm always in favour of extra crowdfunding, mate. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll do too much in terms of why it sort of Foley recorded in the wild. I think we'll probably use a lot of the fantastic library of sounds that are now available to, young filmmakers. Yeah, I'm a young filmmaker, but you know what I mean, amateur filmmakers. It's not like it was, is there? Where when if you needed, I don't know, the buzz of electrics, you'd have to go and record it. Now you can just go onto all kinds of different sites and get really great sound effects. But yeah. Good evening, Dr. Oculus. Did you see it? Did you miss it? Yes, Egg Fried Cheese says it needs more explosions. I think you're probably right, actually. I think you're probably right. So there we go. Yeah, no, we showed a little bit of the movie, Dr. Oculus. We did. We showed a little bit of the movie. But I'm genuinely interested in what you thought. So the more you give back to me, the better it's going to be. And this actually might be a good moment to mention Middle Aged Gamer Guy UK's event up in Liverpool. Just give me the date again, my friend, and maybe a URL so that people can book tickets for the VIP meet and greet and what we're going to call it, sort of sample screening of at least 10 minutes of the movie, followed by a Q&A. So it's going to be something that used to happen over my back garden wall when I used to live in... Oh, that's a good idea. Watch it back on YouTube, Dr. Oculus. When I used to live in London, over the back wall of my back garden was Twickenham Film Studios. And ever so often, I, along with other people in the area, would be invited to go and see a test screening of a brand new movie, often a Hollywood movie. And you'd go into a small cinema for free, you'd watch a movie, and then they'd give you a series of questions and you'd fill out a response. So you often hear, don't you, about Disney doing sort of test screenings, and then they'll change sometimes something fundamental based on the reaction. Well, I'm going to do something similar to that, but it won't be the whole movie. It'll be a very rough edit, probably as rough as that, at Timeless Gaming this August. I'm going to scoot back, my friend. The 12th of August, the 12th and the 13th of August, and in particular, the VIP test screening and conversation, but I'll talk all about making the movie and some of the stories about making the movie, answer questions, and then ask you questions about what you thought about some of the decisions that we've made and what we should do and how we can maybe improve it. And that's going to be part of the VIP event on the 12th at Timeless Gaming. And you need to know actually that there's only 18 tickets left. Good God. Not to the main event. I'm sure there's lots of tickets for the main event. So if you want to go to that on the... Is it the 13th, the main event? That's cool. But the VIP, which is an evening thing, I'm guessing, what are we kicking off at? 6 p.m., something like that? You tell me, Middle-Aged Gamer Guy UK. Then you'll know that there's something really, really special happening. Let's put some tunes on. Okay, good. John UK, yay, you're in time. It's a good quiz tonight. It's goody. I really enjoyed putting it together. I put the quiz together in the passenger seat of my car this weekend as I came back from Lincoln. So one of the things that happened during the filming of the movie I'm talking about, by the way, if you just joined, you can find out all about it there. One of the couples, as in two people that made it possible, were my friends Paul and Katie, and they were incredible. They let us use their house to film where all of our characters live. They let me stay in their house and a couple of other guests, Andy actually from Play Expo. And they also got involved on screen themselves. And so it was their birthday party this weekend. They had a joint birthday party, and I just thought it would be morally repugnant to not be there. It would just be the height of rudeness for these lovely people. And so I actually I went up to Lincoln with my wife. We shot up there, 7.5 hour drive, went to the party, stayed in the Travelodge, drove back down, and I did these questions for tonight's quiz, which we're going to do in a short while in the passenger seat of the car. Right, okay, cool. Can't wait for Timeless, says iQuail. 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. on the 12th of August, Timeless Gaming VIP evening event. And Jason, aka me, will be on at about 8 or 8:30, and I'm guessing I'll do an hour. Is that right? I'll do an hour. 12th, right, that's not far away, is it? It's like 4 weeks away. God, I better get on with the edit. Bloody hell. Quail's already got the tickets. Brilliant. Okay, cool. So, good. Right now, bit of news, guys. Bit of news. Now, have you come across this? Because I hadn't come across this. Oh, my God, do you need to know about this? If you've not seen it, you need to see it. Oh, that's not meant to be in there. Ignore the Henry Cavill picture. That's just an error from last week. But don't ignore this beautiful piece of art advertising Predator Killer of Killers. Now, the only problem is, to my knowledge, you have to be a Disney Plus subscriber. Now, I might be wrong. You might be able to buy it externally. I don't know if you can. I know certainly with some Prime or other platform content, you can buy it independently of the platform itself. I don't know if this is one of them, but I would argue that for whatever you have to pay for your Disney Plus, if you could just do it for a weekend, a month, or you can get it when, if you're getting a new phone or something, you can sometimes get it for free, and then you can just, get rid of the account before you have to pay for it. Do it in order to watch this incredible Predator Killer of Killers. It's phenomenal. Let me just get rid of this. It's bugging me, the Henry Cavill thing. That was last week's story. Just bear with me, folks. Hang on a second. Right, hang on. Right, let's try again. I'll just get rid of that. 2 seconds. Hang on, I'll turn it off first of all. Right, okay, cool. Wow, so many different things that I have to click on. It's ridiculous. Almost there, kids. Almost there. Yeah, so Predator, Killer of Killers, that should now work with... Oh my God. Have I knackered it? I think I've knackered it. Why would that not work then? What the hell? It's so frustrating in it sometimes, this stuff, There. Select folder. Open it. Turn it on. Nah. Knackered it. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Predator, a Killer of Killers, and it's beautifully made. The art style is phenomenal. If you're into animated content anyway, you'll just melt. Middle Aged Gamer Guy UK said that they very much enjoyed it. iQuail, I'd highly recommend the City of Liverpool for a trip while going to Timeless Gaming. Good. How can we ignore Henry Cavill? Well, we did give Henry Cavill a big shout out about the prospect of him appearing in Highlander, possibly next year. That was last week's story. But Killer of Killers is so good. Let me just bring up some content around it. I did have it here somewhere, but in my attempts to get Instagram working, I lost it. Hang on. Just be a sec. Hang on. So it's basically a movie, an animated movie, but it has several stories as part of its kind of makeup. Rotten Tomatoes, what's it got? Not that I ever give a toss what they say. 95%. All right, well, I give a toss today. And that's the tomato meter, and 88% on the popcorn meter. So even they like it. Let's have a look. What do they say on... Right, here we go. An original animated action-adventure film set in the Predator universe. The anthology story shows 3 of the fiercest warriors in human history. A Viking raider guiding... That's a great story, that is. Her young son on a bloody quest for revenge. So good. A ninja in feudal Japan who turns against their samurai brother in a brutal battle for succession. And... get this, a World War II pilot who takes to the sky to investigate an otherworldly threat to the Allied cause. Oh my God. I mean, come on, man. If that's not a great narrative for an actual Predator movie, I don't know what is. But while all these warriors are killers in their own right, they are merely prey for their new opponent, the ultimate killer of killers. You've got to see it. It's worth it if you can sneak yourself somehow, a month of free Disney Plus. Do it. Because you can also watch all the other Predator content like Prey, which I thought was quite good actually. Alien Romulus is on there now as well. Anyway, marvellous stuff. That's the news this week. Some movie news. We had our subtle foreshadowing. We had the new clip of the crazy speedy till stuff done by Smith in his supermarket job in Control AI Delete. And and Predator Killer of Killers available now on Disney Plus. It's quiz time, ladies and gentlemen. God damn it, it's quiz time. Beautiful. A bit of Wham style music to usher in tonight's quiz, which is super cool. We've got a great one tonight. So, for those of you who are new, I don't think there's that many new people in tonight, but there are a few. Jam, how you doing? Great to see you, man. Late to the party, watching without sound, and still trying to get the kids to sleep. Okay, be really quiet. Everybody be really quiet. Type really quietly. Only type very small, short sentences. James, if you're listening, we played. We just showed a clip from the supermarket scene, and I'm guessing you didn't see it. Don't worry, you can see it on the rerun, on the replay. Right. So the quiz works like this. I ask a question. I then give you 4 possible answers. You choose which one of the answers you think is the most likely one to be correct. And we want full, relatively full sentences. Don't say A, B, C, or D or anything. And obviously don't tell everyone that you're absolutely 100% sure that you got it right, because you give people a chance to get it right or wrong. Thanks, iQuell. Very thoughtful. iQuell has just entered the Discord, which is very active. I get lots of ideas for reviews and content and questions on the Discord. We chat in the week. There it is on Twitch. Okay. Do you know what? I just realised. Damn it. I've not brought the questions into here, so that's not a problem. What we'll do is we'll do it like this. Hang on. I'm just going to have to manually bring each question in, which I can do. I'm capable of doing that. Question number 1. What phrase appears on the arcade end screen of Ghosts and Goblins? Does the phrase say, relax, demon are coming? Does it say, congratulations, this story is happy end? Does it say, Sir Arthur, arise? Or does it say, you princess is in peril? Which of those grammatically dodgy phrases do you think comes up at the end of Ghosts and Goblins? I'm now going to get the next few questions ready. You've just joined, welcome. You're very privileged to be able to take part just about at the beginning of one of the best known quizzes on the interweb. The amazing way of the exploding quiz, for which I'm just entering the questions. I'll go to question 5 and then I'll do the rest later. Here we go. Okay, have you got that? Have you had time to answer, folks? Good. Then we shall get rid of question 1. We'll go to question number 2 in tonight's Way the Exploding quiz. All your base are belong to us. That's another famous, grammatically incorrect phrase from a game. It originates from which 1989 arcade to console shoot 'em up? Does that sound like something from a game called Gradius 3, Thunder Force 2, Zero Wing, or R-Type 2? Matt Black Gaming, yeah, okay, because everyone is saying, no, Matt Black Gaming, look, sometimes I purposely put stuff in there and I engineer it because I know that everyone will go for something that everyone else is going for, and that might sound an impossible psychological kind of strategy, but I do, and it works. Could this be one of those instances? We don't know. Question number 3. What was the subtitle of Mad Max 3? Was it Beyond the Apocalypse, Beyond Thunderdome, Thunderdome Rising, or The Fury Road Begins? adding the final 5 questions. It's more of a kind of, like a 90s UK garage, UK type vibe, this tune, isn't it? Just 2 more questions to add, and then we can carry on with where we've left off, which I think is question 3, is it? Thanks for that with your selective. Right, let's try another tune. There we go. 2 secondos. Almost there, folks. Okay, right. Here we go. Next question. Question number 3. Question number 4. In Big Trouble in Little China, what does Jack Burton drive? You've got to be good to get this one. Chinatown Cab, Pork Chop Express, Dragon Bus, or Red Line Freight? Do they ring any bells? I've purposely not told you what type of vehicle it is, just what it's called. Okay, so there we go. That's that. And then question number 5. What was the only UK top 40 hit for Zig Zig Sputnik? 21st Century Boy, Love Missile Number 1, Love Missile F111, or Rocket Missile 11-1? Yeah. Shoot it up. British punk band, weren't they? I think is the best way. Kind of psychobilly band with their massive haircuts. Question number 5. Right, okay. Question number 6. Which 80s synth pop group created a concept album about a calculator? Am I talking about Kraftwerk? Do you think I'm referring to Heaven 17? Maybe I'm talking about OMD, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, or does that sound like an Ultravox idea for a tune? Next question. I'm thinking next week, because the old Instagram crowd, through no fault of Instagram, I can't. I can't get through to them. I can't get the streaming key things to work. It just works every time. Before, when that doesn't work, it's just so bloody weird, right? I'm thinking that we might bring TikTok on board. Because I tell you something interesting. The Gadget Show podcast have been putting out Gadget Show podcast clips, short clips of about a minute on TikTok, and they have gone absolutely massive. I'm talking millions of views. And people are showing so much love and saying, oh, I love the Gadget Show, where have you guys been, and blah, 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 blah. Which I know to us is a bit strange because we know what's going on, right? But a lot of people, I think, out there don't necessarily follow Twitch. I think maybe we're quite technical as a community. It maybe needs a more technical persuasion, do you think? Maybe more of a geeky kind of, you know what I mean, pop culture obsessed kind of bent to know that Twitch exists and to go to the trouble of watching content on it. Same with some of the other live formats. But anyway, TikTok, it occurred to me that, I don't know, I have no evidence for this, but it feels like TikTok is a bit more like Channel 5. Do you know what I mean? Like if you said, like Instagram's like Channel 4, or maybe, I don't know. Yeah. And, Facebook's a bit like what your mom uses, which is like the BBC, and TikTok is definitely Channel 5. And maybe that's why that demographic relate to it. Anyway, the bottom line is, as you know, we've Channel 4 is the YouTube. Okay, all right, yeah. Channel 5 have a bit of a swagger to it, though, a bit sort of like, up its arse. Do you know what I mean? A bit like Instagram. But yeah, middle-aged gamer guy, I hear you. What was I going to say? Yeah, but in the past, as you know, we've experimented. I love Instagram. I so love Instagram. I love it. But you know what I mean. And X is GB News. That's so funny, man. That is really funny. Brilliant observation. Yeah. Yeah, there is a TikTok. Yeah, Gadget Show. And so anyway, I might share it next week. Let me know if you've got any objection to that. I hope you haven't, because, I mean, obviously, you're the hardcore, but it might be nice to bring a few people in. Anyway, more to the point, that's question number 6 dealt with. We're going to go to question number 7 now. Let's go for some different tunes, shall we? Right, Leslie Judd. It's a bit random, this. Plus computers, plus BBC, equals Bad Influence, Micro Live, Data Blast, or Tech Time. I mean, they're clearly TV shows, right? Oh yeah, back where we belong, with a bit of 80s synth-ness. Hi, Ren. Last time you saw Susie Matt was on the Martin's Saturday Cook Show. Yeah, she's good mates with him, I think. Thanks, Prof. How you doing, Prof? Are you all right? Did I see you? Ah. Weren't you on some social media posts the other day about Lincoln Uni? Let me know if I got that right. I'm sure it was you. Question number 7. Right, done. Question number 8 coming up. What is the name of the infamous teacher in School Days who patrols the halls with a cane? Does that sound like, someone you want to avoid? But are you going to avoid Mr. Slapper, Mr. Whacker, not Mrs. Slapper, Mr. Grumpy, or Mr. Chalk? Interesting. Quite possibly on Lincoln Uni socials. I'm pretty sure it was you. Could it have been like a degree show? Or could it have been a recruitment? It was a still. You weren't in video, it was a still. And I thought, I'm sure I know that man. Question number 8, tonight's Way of the Exploding Quiz. Welcome, if you've just joined, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. The show that we call Way of the Exploding Show. Goes out every Sunday, 9 p.m. We talk about anything to do with the 80s and the 90s, but normally with a contemporary angle to it, right? Otherwise known as Nouveau Retro. Yeah, that was a Prof. Giles, wasn't it? Was that one of your coinings? Anyway, marvellous. I think some of you have seen the question. Question number 9. What was the Blackadder's first name throughout in Series 1? Right, 1983. Series 1 of Blackadder. Was he Percy, Edmund, Baldrick, or Darling during that first series? Yeah, no, Ponder. It's because I brought in the Sting. The posh Sting for the show, welcoming in anyone that might have joined us late, and I had to get rid of the question to see it. Are we on Facebook? Do we know? Does it work? I don't know if anyone follows me on Facebook, but oh yeah, that reminds me actually. the latest variant of the Spectrum Next, they're calling it issue 3, is going live on Kickstarter next Saturday, I think it is, with the campaign starting at 8 a.m. So what we'll try and do is get some updates on what the issue 3 of the ZX Spectrum Next is going to entail, and then very tempting, Ken, and we'll do a feature on it next week. Don't let me forget. Could someone tell me in Discord? That'd be really good if you could remind me in Discord to do that. Love the guy behind that. Absolute total superstar. I've got my Spectrum Next here somewhere. Love it. Absolutely superb. Love the cassette loading mode on it. Okay, cool. Question number 9. Can't see anything from me on Facebook. Oh, weird. Yeah, really weird. Yeah, so strange. Question number 10. Which of these was the name of a puppet in The Young Ones? Roger Bannister, Roger Moore, Sir Edmund Hillary, or Margaret Thatch? Wow, Prof. Giles has been watching the 40th anniversary, or celebrating the 40th anniversary of Live Aid Abide, or watching it again. Yeah, I'm doing something for Samsung, I think it is next week, next Tuesday. And we're talking about Live Aid, something to do with that anniversary. I'm just realising I'm not sure that I shouldn't really be talking about that. So you get the idea, but I'll let you know next week what it is. Janet going for a guess. Well done. Good stuff. Question number 10. Well done, everybody. Great job. Great job, everybody. So we're going to go back to the very, very beginning now, and we're going to bring up those questions again. And the way that it works is that if you've got it right, let's say it's question 1, you put 1 stroke 1 into chat so we know, and we have a kind of race to the top to see if we've got a 10 out of 10er or more than one 10 out of 10er, which I think tonight, judging by some of your answers, we might have. Good luck, everyone. Let me know if you've got this one right. What phrase appears on the arcade end screen of Ghosts and Goblins? The phrase is, congratulations, this story is happy end. Let me know. 1 out of 1 for Ponder. Middle-aged gamer guy. Numpty McNumpty face. Ren Mandagorn. Ken as well. Matt gets 0, but Skewy gets 1, and so does iQuail. Nice stuff. Good effort, people. Good effort, everybody. Well done to you, Janet. Not quite making it, Janet, this time, but Bruce gets it. Rob as well, not quite there. Okay, Prof. Giles chat about the amazing Live Aid. Yeah, it might be time for me to have a quick look. Right, question number 2. All your base are belong to us originates from which 1989 arcade to console shoot 'em up? But the answer is, well, this is the one that you were copying. Zero Wing. Some of you. You admitted it in chat. 2 out of 2 for Ponder. Well done. Matt's not quite there yet. Middle-aged gamer guy, 1 out of 2. Same for Ren. 2 for Tiny Devil Games and Bruce. 2 for Numpty. 2 for Quail. How come you knew it very, very well? Give me some context. Rob, well done. 1 out of 2. Janet, not quite scoring yet. Let's move on. Question number 3. So we can try and get done on time tonight. What was the subtitle of Mad Max 3? I think... this was too easy, wasn't it? Let's be honest. The answer was, of course, Beyond Thunderdome. One for Matt. Well done. Ponder gets 3 out of 3. Ren 2. 3 out of 3 for Numpty McNumpty Face. And Skewy and Tiny Devil Games. Zero Wing is a damn good shoot 'em up, by the way, says Ponder. We have never played it. Bruce 93 is humming the Tina Turner song. Janet, 2 out of 3. Well done, Janet. Sorry, Rob, and well done, Janet, getting a score on the board. Marvellous, marvellous. Question number 4. In Big Trouble in Little China, what does Jack Burton drive? He drives the Pork Chop Express. Which is a truck, isn't it? It's like a white semi, as they call them. In the US. I think I'm right, aren't I? 4 out of 4 for Tiny Devil Games. Bruce, Numpty, Skewy, and I Quail. 3 for Ren. Well done, Ren. 2 for Matt. Well done. Cracking film, yeah. Isn't there a talk of a remake? Thanks, Rob. I'll tell you what it's called, this tune, if you like. It's called 80s Epic Theme for Hazy Dancers. Wow. And it's by, I believe, The City. OH The City. 80s Epic Theme for Hazy Dancers. HAZY. And you'll find it on epidemicsound.co.uk. Question number 5. What was the only UK top 40 hit for Zig Zig Sputnik? Well, I think we know what that one is. Love Missile F1 11 is the correct answer. The third one down. 5 out of 5, that means for Ponder. I think we're going to have a 10 out of 10s today. 3 out of 5 for Matt. 2 for Middle-Aged Gamer Guy. Well done. 3 for Ren. And Skewy gets 4. Numpty 5. Bruce 5. Ken 5. iQuel 5. Good God, this could be the biggest, highest score ever. Can you hold it together as we race towards the final 5 questions of this evening? Janet on 2. Well done, Janet. And where's Rob? Are you going to come up on me? Are you going to give me a score on that? Let's have a look. Right, question number 6. Here we go. Which 80s synth pop band created a concept album about a calculator? Was it Kraftwerk, Heaven 17, OMD, or Ultravox? The answer is, of course, the rather brilliant Kraftwerk. Well done. 3 out of 5 so far for Rob. Right, now out of 6. Ponder, 6. 4 for Matt. Making a comeback, Matt. Ren gets 4 too. 3 for Mid-Aged Gamer Guy, also making a comeback. 6 out of 6 so far for Numpty. And for Tiny Devil Games, Skewy just dropping to 5 out of 6, but still a contender. 6 out of 6. And it had to be Kraftwerk, says Broove. And 6 out of 6, Bruce for iQuel 2. Kraftwerk. Rob gets 4 out of 6. Well done. 3 for Janet. Everyone's scoring really high this evening as we go to question number 7. Now, this was a little conundrum. Leslie Judd plus computers plus BBC equals Micro Live. Fascinating programme. It was on the BBC, and so really was BBC Micro Live. And once they'd won that coveted contract that we know, so many others were in contention for, including Sir Clive Sinclair. When they won the BBC contract, the BBC started to do, in a kind of forerunner of how we would do things in the future, a kind of corporate-sponsored information show about the BBC Micro, what you could program on it, how it worked, what the keys meant, that sort of thing. Ponder said that a YouTuber friend of mine, MameMeister, has streamed watch with of this program. That looks like something to watch. MameMeister. Excellent. Does he mean MAME? Do they mean MAME the arcade machine emulator? Is that what it is? JM says, missed the whole thing, but Kiddo is now sleeping. I'll take that as 12 out of 10. Well done. Well done, Jen. Not sure if you heard me earlier, Graham, but I showed a clip of the movie, from a very raw clip with pretty bad sound and no color grading and sort of things in the audio that shouldn't be there, like the director's sort of half a clipped sentence and things like that, and some loose edits, but a pretty good rendering of a minute and 20 seconds of the movie. Those bloomin' BBC Micros in the school computer room. I know, you and me both. How did the panels at Play Expo? He did the panels at Play Expo a few years back. Right, that's your mate, the YouTuber, Mame Meister. Right, cool. Right, we'll do your scores in a minute as we now jump to question number 8. What is the name of the infamous teacher in School Days who patrols the halls with a cane? Well, you knew it. You all knew it. I tried to put you off with Mr. Slapper, who's married to Mrs. Slapper. Eh? No, but the answer is Mr. Wacker. Mr. Wacker patrols the halls. You've got to move out of the way for Mr. Wacker. And that means out of 8, Ponder gets 8. Numpty McNumpty Face gets 8 too. 5 for Ren. 7 for Skewy. 8 for Tiny Devil Games. 8 for Bruce. 8 for Quail. Good God, that's incredible. 4 Mid-Age Gamer Guy. Well done, sir. Just say Skewy, you got 7. 4 out of 8 for Middle-Aged Gamer. 6 out of 8 for Rob. Doing really, really good on YouTube there, Rob. And how about my other friend on YouTube tonight, Janet? 5 out of 8. Really good scores. Right, we move to question number 9. What was Blackadder's first name in Series 1? That's 1983 of Blackadder. And his name, of course, was Edmund is the correct answer. Yeah, really big scores tonight. 9 out of 9. Straight out of the traps from Ponder. 6 out of 9 from Ren. 5 from Middle-Aged Gamer Guy. Numpty gets 9 out of 9. 8 out of 9 for Skew. Still a contender. And then 3 straight 9s for Tiny Devil Games, iQuell, and a Bruise 93. Wow. 7 out of 9 for both Janet and Rob. God, that is really good. You guys are absolutely smashing it tonight. As we move to our final question, we have a multitude of 9ers. I'll say that again. Numpty McNumpty Face on 9. As is Ken, iQuail, Bruce, and Ponder. That's incredible. Good luck. Question number 10. Which of these was the name of a puppet in The Young Ones? Was there a puppet called Margaret Thatch? Well, it's the sort of thing that Rick would say, isn't it? Thatch. Sir Edmund Hillary? Sort of specific reference they might use. Or Roger Moore. A kind of, I don't know, a chip on a plate next to some discarded fish fingers called Roger Moore. I can imagine that being a thing. But no, it was Roger Bannister. I think the line was, we're only 5 minutes late, to the party. Rick says, tell that to Roger Bannister. So they then tell it to the Bannister, the actual Bannister, which is a puppet. There we go. Anyway, the answer is Roger Bannister, and by the looks of it, lots of you got it right, including our joint winners, ladies and gentlemen, this evening. Give it up for, with 10 out of 10, Numpty, Mutt, Numpty Face, Ponder, PRG, the incredible Bruise 93, also joined by Ken, aka Tiny Devil Games, and the equally fabulous iQuail. All 10 out of 10. Give love in chat. GG's in the chat to these absolute 10 out of 10 superstars. Incredible stuff. Wow. Absolutely astonishing. So good. So good. So maybe I've got to do some work to make it more difficult, but maybe not. Maybe you like it like that. But all I can say is it's been a great show this evening. I've really, really enjoyed it. It's been good. I don't think we've had any technical hitches, have we? I don't think so. Other than the fact that we couldn't get Instagram started, which is a shame because the Instagram buzz is quite nice, isn't it? I will look into that, but I'm sort of out of ideas. I mean, there's only one thing you can do, really. If anyone else has got any ideas how you can, integrate Instagram in a way that works into Streamlabs Ultra, let me know. Hit me up in Discord, actually. Just drop the Discord in there one more time. You've been watching Way of the Exploding Show. It's been an absolute blast being with you. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Have a great week. I'll be editing the movie this week, getting it into a ship-shape place so that we can... I won't be sharing clips with you every week, obviously, but I'll try and do some fun ones. Maybe some more subtle foreshadowing clips. What do you think? Prof. Giles saying that they really liked the Leslie Judd question. Yeah, please try to do more of those. Yeah, I've done a few sort of cheeky kind of, what would you call them? Kind of left of centre quirky questions, and I think you're right. It's a nice idea. I mean, often I'll get the information, it'll just come to me. Anyway, that's it from Way of the Exploding Show. I finished on time. You get to go back to your loved ones or whatever it is you've got planned tonight, and several of you, 4 or 5, with your heads held extra high because you're 10 out of 10 as your winners. And on that bombshell,